was affiliated with the University of Karachi, which was giving them a degree. To the best of my knowledge, it was in marine sciences, which really refers more to the animal life and the minerals in the water, not much to the ships which sail in the seas. So that was not a very appropriate degree, and they wanted something to be done. In fact, when information was conveyed to the Chancellor of the universities, who, for the public sector, happens to be the Governor of Sindh, instructions were issued that Karachi University should disaffiliate the Pakistan Marine Academy, which should then apply to the NED University for it. That action has already been taken, and we are quite prepared to affiliate the Pakistan Marine Academy. And as soon as it is affiliated, they will have no problem. One of the speakers just before me was talking about the need for gaining more knowledge regarding computation and simulation. We are quite prepared to help the Marine Academy in this respect, and all that is required is just a reference from the Commandant asking us to know how many people would be required and what is the kind of training that is necessary. I am sure Dr. Muzaffar Mahmood can handle it if the application is made to him. So, it would be good to have the Pakistan Marine Academy affiliated to the NED University. It will be good for both sides, both for the affiliating university as well as the affiliated institution, which is the Marine Academy itself. I do not wish to make a long speech. You have heard what the speakers, especially the people who have been the graduates from this very good institution, have been talking to you about. There is no doubt that nowadays there is a great increase in the amount of mechanization and automation on board ships, which is reducing the requirement of personnel. Consequently, the few people who are employed have to be more highly trained, and there is more competition for the jobs. But that is life as it is. Even in the world today, we have much more of automation than was in the previous years. It has its advantages, but it also has its disadvantages in the sense that the employment opportunities are reduced. But as a country where in Pakistan there's no shortage of people who are prepared to work hard, there is no reason why we cannot cope with the situation. And it is my hope, and I'm sure, in fact I'm confident, that not only will the Pakistan Marine Academy be able to prosper, I'm confident that the affiliation will be successful to both sides, and that it will be not only good for both these institutions, but it will be a benefit for our country. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, as already communicated by Captain Mujahid Karim Khan, you are requested to leave your comments or suggestions on the sheet already provided to you, and kindly drop it at the reception while you leave. We may have a few quick question answers. The floor is now open. Those who wish to express themselves or maybe to ask a question, you may ask now.
My name is Captain Sayyid Akhlaq Hussain. I am from the first batch of Julia Marine Academy. And my question, sir, is that this course, during the conversation, I felt that this is only for the marine engineers. But I think it should be also for the nautical. And another thing that I would like to add here, sir, that it is not only the mercantile marine, the ships that carry, but also we have thousands of fishing boats here in Pakistan. And they are not being running by trained people here at all. And also we have the fishing industry, which also require graduates in fisheries, which also we do not have. I think it is time that an August institution like yours should help this sector also. Thank you.
Thank you very much for this question. I should have mentioned it in my concluding talk, but I'm glad that you have asked a question that enables me to make good a shortcoming on my part. You are quite right that so far we have introduced the conversion course only for the engineers. In fact, these conversion courses for the marine engineers were a considerable improvement on the previous conversion courses that we had introduced for our BTech graduates. You know that for political reasons, in the 1970s, the BTech honors had been propagated as being equivalent to the Bachelor of Engineering. But that failed because there was a Supreme Court decision, a copy of which can be made available to anyone who wishes from the university, declaring that BTech honors is not equal to the Bachelor of Engineering degree. In fact, the Higher Education Commission has only recently decided that hereafter only the 4-year BScs will be treated as the bachelor's degrees. Those institutions which are giving degrees after only 2 years of education, they are going to be called associate degrees. That being the case, whatever degree is given for the Bachelor of Marine Engineering, that will, however, remain. The conversion courses will remain, however. What we introduced the NED University had introduced the conversion courses first time for the BTech people. But these conversion courses were much less intensive than what we have done for the BE Marine Engineers. Within the 2 years' time, in those 6 modules, whereas for the BTech graduates, there were only 6 to 8 courses completed. The marine engineers completed no less than 24 courses in 2 years. And whereas the BTech graduates used to come once in 2 or 3 days for their conversion course in the evenings, all the conversion courses were in the evenings. Being working people, they couldn't come during daylight. But the chief engineers of the merchant ships, who had been actually they were far more educated and far more knowledgeable than the BTech graduates. In fact, Dr. Muzaffar Mahmood told me that not only he, but even all the other teachers who are teaching these conversion courses to the marine engineers said they learnt almost as much from their students as they had taught them.
Sir, if you allow me,
Yes?
Dr. Muzaffar on your right,
Yes?
I can add on
Please go ahead.
whatever Afraq Sahib has said.
Go ahead.
That initially we have started the conversion course. We were in a mood to start something for the nautical, but with this affiliation, I can assure you that anything we do for engineers is equally done for nautical engineers.
Yeah.
There would be, and obviously we're looking at you people to give us a guidance of what areas we should address.
No, I can give you some support on that. You see, the idea, the initiative that was taken by the NED University was something which only the NED University has done. None of the public sector universities have so far adopted it. They have not criticized it. But some of the universities in the private sector have actually criticized the conversion courses adopted by the NED University. In fact, one private sector university in Lahore went on to say that the conversion courses which have been started by NED University will lead to considerable amount of corruption. How he came to that conclusion, I cannot understand. If anybody can explain it to me, I'll be obliged to him, but I think that he was rather prejudiced. I'll give you his name, Mr. Salim Shia. He was formerly, I think, somewhere in the Lahore University, but he is now the head of some private sector institution. He is the person who came out with that bright remark that these conversion courses will lead to corruption. How that will happen, I don't know. But what Dr. Muzaffar said is right. We have to do something for the deck and navigation officers. There is no doubt that they may not be engineers, but there's a lot of technology which is involved in the work that they do. And if you read the latest books which have been published by the National Academy of Sciences of the United States, you will see that it is the responsibility of engineers to develop new technologies. And the technology, for instance, one of our very respected legal advisors in our university, who is a naval architect, Rear Admiral retired Asif Mustafa, he has told me that some cargo ships, particularly bulk carriers, there have been cases of cracks in the hulls because of improper load distribution. I was not aware of that. And consequently, the question of handling cargo, because handling cargo as well as the safety of passengers is the responsibility of the deck and navigation people. And for doing that, there's a lot of technology involved in their work. And it's the responsibility of the engineers to develop the technologies for it. So we will certainly handle this.
And it is concerning the examination system that we have here for our officers. Earlier, we did not have any institutes and training facility. Now, I believe there's quite a lot of institute and training facility in the private sector. And I always believe in the saying which says that ambition without knowledge is like a bird without a wing. So therefore, in those circumstances, we have had many officers who have to go through an evaluation test before we propose them to our principals. And we found that the knowledge that they have gained without attending any institution prior giving the examination, their knowledge is very limited. And by which we are unable to propose those candidates to a principal because their performance would not be up to the mark as so required by the industry. So how does NED and the Pakistan Marine Academy is going to handle this matter in order to ensure that our candidates or our officers, our seafarers, can go to an institute, get the knowledge from the experienced instructors, get the knowledge from interaction among themselves, so that they can be professional seafarers at sea. Thank you.
Yeah, well, अगर आप ऐड कर लेंगे बाद में you can add on. Actually, this is one of the items which were discussed at one point in time, but